Welcome back everyone to another model home tour here on our channel, Everything Jax Real Estate. In today's model home tour, we are in the Silverleaf community of Oak Grove, which is a David Weekley community here in Silverleaf. This specific model that we are going to be touring today is the Mayport model home. The Mayport model home is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath floor plan, has a 4-car tandem garage, and it's right around 3,188 square feet. Now keep in mind, with this floor plan, this could be a 3, a 3.5, or a 4-bath floor plan depending on what you and your family are looking for. Also, the starting price on this floor plan currently is $784,900. Keep in mind too that that does not include lot premiums, as well as any additional upgrades made due to the home, and those prices are subject to change. Now before we get into this model home tour, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to get notified when we post more content like this in the future. Also, if you see anything in the video while we're going through it that you have questions on, make sure you leave a comment down below in the comment section, and we'll make sure to answer any and all questions that we see. Also, make sure you stay till the end because we will be going over the different builder incentives that David Weekley is currently offering here in Oak Grove in Silverleaf. All right, now let's go and check out the Mayport floor plan by David Weekley Homes. All right, so let's go and start our walkthrough of the Mayport floor plan. So this Mayport floor plan built by David Weekley here in Silverleaf has a lot going for it. And a couple of things that I want to highlight as we first come up to it is we have a very nice size front porch, very usable front porch, which isn't always a thing here in St. Johns County. But the other thing I want to highlight is right now they do have it landscaped, but this is where you would normally have your driveway for your 2-car from the front garage. Obviously it's a 4-car tandem, which just means that that 2 cars going to extend another 2 cars on the inside, so it only shows 2 from the outside but 4 from the inside. So definitely a cool aspect with that. But definitely between that and this front porch, definitely has a very nice curb appeal. One thing that I love that this builder did with David Weekley is they actually did a really nice wood ceiling. And you're going to notice this here in the front porch. You're also going to notice it on the back porch. And that wood inlay, it is not cheap. And so for them to do that is definitely an upgrade. But it's one of those that if you can do with the builder, I would highly suggest it because it just adds one more touch to differentiate yourself from everybody else. Again, very nice finishes here, a little more craftsman style for the outside, or craftsman farmhouse, so to speak. Now, with the outside too, the majority of the house is going to be your hardy board exterior. So they did more of a batten board exterior with this hardy board. Gives it a nice kind of a feel, nice aesthetic, with a little bit of river rock as well to go with it. Then as we come up to the front, we do have a very nice big open front entryway to your front door. This is a single door. The question is, could they do a double door? Maybe, but for this one they did a single door. It's an 8-foot tall door. Very nice look as you come in. And then as you do come into this home, the first thing you're going to see is these beautiful hardwood floors. It's almost like a slight darker, like grayish brown, but has a very nice, very warm feel when you come in. Mixed with this nice tray ceiling that they did, again, another wood inlay. And this color they chose, it's almost like a bluish gray, I would say. It matches the front door, but definitely very warm color choice that just really ties in with the flooring. And the first thing you're going to see as we come into the house, besides that, is going to be our first 2 bedrooms that also has a Jack and Jill with it. So if you have kids and you're looking to be in a very family-friendly area, Silverleaf is a great option for you. And especially if you want them to be able to be very close and have that shared bathroom, this could be a great fit for you with having that Jack and Jill bathroom. So this can be bedroom number 1. One thing I do want to highlight with it is you do have these 8-foot tall doors. Actually, these are 9-foot tall doors. Let me correct myself. And they actually have it as French doors to your closet. And the closet's a little bit larger than a standard closet with how deep it is on the sides. And again, I just want to highlight too that they did the French doors instead of the bifolds. We're seeing a lot of builders right now go away from the bifold doors, which I think is a huge positive because the bifolds do break a lot and they don't have as high of a feel as these do. And also with this house, this is 10-foot tall ceilings, which definitely makes the house feel very large, especially as you go into your guest, first bathroom. So for this Jack and Jill bathroom, it's going to be a double vanity. Personally, I love the quartz countertops that they chose. It's a very nice gray. And even though grays are kind of coming out, this one, honestly, I think really ties in well with the other finishes, with the gray floors that they did, with the tile, as well as the white cabinetry. And then it brings us to our first shower. The biggest reason I want to show this, is a shower tub combo. It's a very standard tile design, but again, just want to highlight that what David Weekley did here is they did the tile up to the ceiling, which is huge because it just really finishes the look. And it's not something that every builder does. Now, could it potentially be an upgrade? It could, but even if it is an upgrade, it's something I would highly suggest because of the fact that you only really get one chance to do it, and having it up to the ceiling, again, just gives it that finished, complete look. So then moving on from the Jack and Jill bathroom, we then have our second bedroom. So this bedroom is about the same size as the other one, maybe a tad smaller just due to how it's laid out. But with this bedroom, you are still gonna have the same kind of closet with the French doors, with a pretty good size closet in there as well. So you're not really seeing a huge difference between the first bedroom compared to the second bedroom. Then it's gonna bring us back out to our main foyer. And with the foyer, as you're gonna see here, it does lead us to the rest of the house. Everything's pretty wide open, as far as it being a straight shot, but you still have a lot on both sides with the bedrooms and everything like that in the kitchen. So there's still, you don't see everything when you first walk in. Next, we're going to come to our third bedroom and second bathroom. Before that, I wanna highlight one thing that David Weekley did here is they actually gave you a half bath here. Now, you may be asking yourself, if you're watching this video, why do we need a half bath? We have 3 bathrooms with this house without this one. That's a great question. The reason why there's this half bath here is because ultimately, if you have guests over, it allows your guests to not have to go into one of the bedrooms to get to a bathroom to use. So it's a great idea for them to have this. And honestly, in my opinion, even though they offer this floor plan with just 3 bathrooms, I would probably still suggest to always do that half bath. That way it gives you more of your mother-in-law suite with this bedroom and bathroom. Because what they did here is we have our bedroom here with our full bathroom off of it. So if you do have, a family member that's going to stay a little bit longer, or you maybe have a kid that's a little bit older, maybe a teenager, or even a little bit after teenager, this is a great space for them because it makes it feel like it's more their own space, not having to share it with anybody else. And with this bathroom too, they did this one as just a shower. So with this one, they did a very simple subway tile, white tile design. They did give you a nice waterfall effect with this specific tile that they chose here, this octagon or polygon kind of tile. It has a lot of different color with it that kind of offsets that just standard white that you see with the floor and with the majority of the walls. And I do want to highlight too, just like with the last bathroom, they did tile up to the ceiling, which we all love. And then with the glass enclosure is what they call a seamless glass. So because there are no metal around the outsides, it's just glass to glass, it's what they call seamless glass. And they did continue the same vanity, top and cabinet color as they did in the first bathroom. So overall, good space there for guests, mother-in-law, so to speak, or just an older teenager who wants to have their own space. Then we're going to continue through the rest of the house. And I do want to highlight this flooring pattern they did here. They almost added like an outdoor paver kind of look with this specific tile, with this specific flooring here to offset a lot of that wood. And honestly, it's kind of different. We don't see this too often. And so ultimately with this, I'd love to know your thoughts. So let me know in the comment section, do you like having this focal point paver flooring in the house to give it more of a aesthetic? Or do you think it's kind of a waste and kind of just takes away from that nice wood flooring that we've already had throughout the whole house? I'd love to know your thoughts there. Then we also have our office off of it. So this office, it could also maybe be considered a formal dining room if you want to use it for that. The builder with this one, they did design it as mainly an office. So you do have tons of countertop space here with the built-in office desk. plenty of cabinetry for files, stuff like that on both sides. And they even went so far as giving it that waterfall effect with the countertop to where they went the cords all the way down to the floor. So probably a little bit more than what most people probably would do at their own place, but they did this to kind of show you what you can do with them as a builder, or at least give you an idea of what you can do after the fact. And again, as highlighted, they have the tray ceiling here as well. And the ceiling in here actually has the same wood floors, it looks like, as what we are walking on right this second. So that's kind of a cool thing that you don't see as often. A lot of times they may try to tie it in with the tray ceiling at the front foyer, but in this case, they actually tied it in with the flooring throughout the house. Then from there, it brings us to our mudroom / laundry room. So with the mudroom, we do have an area here where we call it like a drop and go area. It's a place where you can, take your shoes off, take your coats off, hang your backpacks, an area where you can kind of keep all the dirt from outside to one spot. So that's a really nice aspect there. We also have, more cabinetry in here, cabinet space as well. So, if you need to store stuff in here, you definitely can. And obviously, like I mentioned, we have our washer dryer in here with more countertop space here. So that way, if you needed a place to fold laundry, you can most definitely do that. Or if you're just separating whites and darks, kind of gives you a space to do that before you put them in the washer and dryer. I do like this tile design. It's a little fun, with the stars, a little different. So it's definitely a cool look with that we don't see too often with these model home tours. And then one last thing I want to highlight in here before we move on is I do want to just kind of show you, we always talk about these tandem garages, but I kind of want to show you just what we're talking about. So with this tandem garage, because it's really a 4-car garage, it's not going to show 4 from the street. It's only going to show you 2 from the street, but once it's open, that's when you can see it's that 4-car garage, and it's a really good sized space. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up on this video, but there's a little bit of an echo here just because of how big and open this space is. So if you are someone who has a lot of cars, or if you're someone who has, again, a child in high school and you need to have 3 cars, you don't want them to be out of the garage, or you just have a lot of other stuff you need to put in the garage, this tandem garage is a huge bonus that you don't always get with most builders. And then lastly, in here, they also did provide a water loop. So with here in Northeast Florida, a lot of times it makes a lot of sense to get a water softener, but sometimes if you don't have the hookup in place for it, it can be a little bit more costly after the fact. So if you have a builder, in this case like David Weekley, who automatically puts it in, or if they offer it as an upgrade, it's something that would be highly suggested to do during the build and after the fact, because after the fact it could get a little bit more pricey. So from there, it's going to bring us now to our main areas of the house, which is going to be our kitchen, our living room. So we're going to have our kitchen right off the back of the house. And with the kitchen, it's a really good sized space. What they did with this one is they did choose to go with more of a lighter colored countertop with this quartz. So we went away from the grays, went back to the whites, but they still continued the white cabinets throughout, other than the vent hood. So with Silverleaf is a gas community. So because it's a gas community, they did get a little bit creative with the vent, and so they went with more of a wood vent hood, and they went with more of a brownish color to kind of offset all of the white that we have with the cabinets and the backsplash and the countertop. So it definitely kind of gives you that pop of color that you're looking for that you didn't necessarily have up to that point. And then, as I always like to highlight, with their cabinetry, they did a lot of pull-out drawers instead of cabinets. And if you're someone who has a lot of pots and pans, having the pull-out drawers, it's way easier to deal with than having to go dig into the cabinets to go find your pots or pans. With this one too, they do give you the double oven, so it's more of that gourmet kitchen. You do have your microwave with it. You have your fridge here as well. They did a little bit of some open shelving, some open storage, again, to kind of highlight that space and break up some of that white. Plenty of recessed lighting as well with this house. And then back here, where we have our pantry, they included even more cabinetry. So if you ever been worried about not having enough space for all of your stuff in the kitchen, this kitchen is going to give you all of that. They even give you some spots up top with some, some glass inserts to kind of give you that, highlight area over there as well. So overall, really good sized pantry in here. They do give you plenty of storage options. Again, with all this extra countertop space, that's something that you don't always get. That's a huge bonus to be able to do with this floor plan. They even give you a wine chiller here as well, or drink cooler. So they've really thought about everything when it comes to this kitchen, which is a huge bonus. And what I love too about this kitchen is it's open to the living room. So with the living room here, it's really all the space you need. This living room, they give you your accent wall, so they went a little bit more darker, warmer color with the accent wall to offset a lot of the white. And it's a really nice touch, and they include a little bit of wood elements on the wall just to kind of break it up some. And then as far as the ceiling, I will say I love that beam. To have those wood beams, even if it's a faux wood beam, is a huge bonus because it really, again, just differentiates your house from everyone else's. And it's very timeless, in my opinion, when you do it properly like they did with this floor plan. They did do the chandelier here. You could always swap that out for a ceiling fan if you prefer that. But the chandelier they chose, it's a nice touch. Then we have what they're using as the more formal dining room. Now this space here, it is a 6-seater table. Really 6-seater tables is probably the most you're going to get out of this space. You could probably get a little bit bigger table, go with an 8-seater. But if you go too big with the space, you are going to start running into it kicking out too far, starting to get in the way of the walkways for this area of the house. So just something to keep in mind. But still, nevertheless, good size space. And then lastly, they give you this kind of like game room or formal like den off of there. Now this is a space that you can use for a lot of different things. In this case, it's almost being designed as like a sitting room. But again, if you have kids and you want them to have their play area separate from the living room where they can keep all of their stuff, separate, this could be a great space for them. And overall, it is kind of cool how they did the little paintings here, just to kind of give you almost like a faux wall, just to separate the two spaces. It kind of gives you an idea of what you could do with the space. And again, just to highlight as we're walking through this, they give you plenty of recessed lighting with this floor plan, so light will never be an issue with it, which is, in my opinion, another huge bonus. Then lastly, we're gonna come into our primary bedroom. So the primary bedroom, they actually give you this little kick out here, so that way if you ever wanted to frame this up with a door to kind of give you more privacy, you could. But the kick out here is nice as you come in. And with the primary bedroom, first thing I can say is it's a really good ample size space with plenty of natural light. So with this bedroom, they actually did that faux wood beam or wood beam up top, again, just to go with the living room and really give you that high-end feel. And you also get that elevated ceiling in here, which makes the room feel even bigger than some of the other rooms in the house. So again, just to really highlight that, hey, this is the primary. We're gonna maximize this as the primary, and it's great that they did that. Another thing too is, again, with all this natural lighting, do keep in mind that some of this could be what's considered an upgrade, but to have all these windows is huge, just to give you that, again, just natural light come in, so that way you don't have to even use the recessed lighting in here. Actually, there's no recessed lighting here, but to use any other lighting in here, it's nice to have that natural light. And then that's going to bring us to our primary bathroom. So the primary bathroom, they do give you this sliding door, the barn door coming in. I'm sure you could frame up a door too if you wanted to. But this primary bathroom, very well appointed. They give you your double vanity here. They went with that quartz countertop. They do give you a nice subway tile backsplash. And then again, you do get plenty of sliding cabinets as well as the normal cabinets. So plenty of space there for toiletries or whatnot in your bathroom. And then it leads you to your shower as well, which if you've seen some of our other David Weekley floor plans, you'll know that this is kind of their typical shower design. They love to really just primary bathroom design. They love to give you your vanity on one side with your shower on the other side. What I do love about this one is it's a very good size shower. So plenty of space here, with having the water here. You also have the rain head here, so you have the two separate nozzles. But overall, just really good size space here for me. And that leads us to our primary closet. So this closet's a really good size, and they have like their main area here. So maybe like the hers area has some of the as some of the clothing kind of shows. But this is a really good size space, plenty of room for whatever you may have. You can always use some custom closet with it as well if you needed to. But then it leads us to his section of the closet, or maybe more her section. And again, still another good section here. It does go pretty deep back in here. So like I said, plenty of space with this closet for a primary. And then one last thing I want to highlight is this door here. So some of you may have figured out why, what this door goes to. Some of you may not have. But this door actually takes us to our laundry room. So it's really awesome when a builder does this. When a builder gives you that ability to be able to do a door off of your primary closet to the laundry room, it's huge because now you're not having to walk around the house with your clothes anytime you need to start a load of laundry. So to have it just right there, in this case to have as a door where you can close it if you want to separate yourself from the space when needed, it's a huge bonus to be able to do it. And even though most builders are going to offer that as an upgrade, still one of those that I always suggest to do because of just having that flexibility, that ease of access to your laundry room. So then from there we are going to head outside. So as we're walking to the outside, as I mentioned before, but I'll mention it again, if you saw anything you liked about this video or anything you had questions on, make sure you drop those in the comment section below. We'd love to know what questions you may have, and love to know what you thought about this floor plan so we can help you there. And if you're watching this, if you have not liked this video yet, please make sure to like it. As we continue to grow the channel, that's something that we love to see, is those likes and subscriptions as well. So as we go outside, first thing I want to highlight with this is the sliding glass doors. So they actually did a nice thing here to have it as the accordion doors. So that way it opens up from both sides. Not something you see as often. Sometimes it'll just be the doors coming all the way over to one end and stacked there. In this case, having the accordion doors, it just kind of separates it up a little bit, gives it a little bit of a nicer feel, and really just kind of keeps it open to the inside. So it makes it a great entertaining space for you and your guests. Now out here, I will say I like this back porch area. It's very well laid out. But the thing I love about it the most, and I highlighted this in the video, is these ceilings. So these wood inlay ceilings, again, they're not cheap, but boy, do they just have a beautiful feel to them, a beautiful aesthetic. It really just kind of completes the space out here and gives you that high-end feel you're looking for. Now, keep in mind, this one does not have a screened enclosure. Most likely, though, you could always add one if you wanted to. And the screen enclosure is something that, you see some people do it, some people don't. It really just kind of comes down to your preference. But definitely something you could do after the fact, or a lot of times the builder will offer it as well while they're building. And then lastly, as we wrap this up, just want to highlight this little water feature they have. Definitely, it's a cool little aspect here. You don't see it too often with this little waterfall feature. They include a little bit of turf here as well. Just kind of gives you that ambiance, that some people really do like, and really just kind of gives you that relaxing feel when you're out here to kind of help drown out any other noise and give you a little bit more peace and quiet. So with that being said, that's really going to do it for this model home tour. So as mentioned, if you have any questions, reach out, drop them in the comment section, and besides that, we'll see you again next time. All right, so that's going to finish our model home tour of the Mayport floor plan here at David Weekley Homes. What did you think about this floor plan? Did you like it? Are there things you would have done differently if you could with this floor plan, whether it was finishes or layout? I'd love to know your thoughts to those questions. So again, feel free to drop those answers in the comment section below, because I'd love to know kind of what your thinking is. Because personally, I actually like this floor plan. I like the way it's laid out with how you have each area kind of separate from each other. I also love that 4-car garage, and you can't go wrong there. Now, if you have any further questions that you want to discuss with me in person or over the phone, in the description of this video is a link to my calendar, so you can either schedule time for us to meet face-to-face or through Zoom. But also is my phone number, so if you want to just give me a call or text so we can go over all questions you and your family have. I'd love to be able to do that and be your source for all things new construction here in St. Johns County, specifically Silverleaf. Also, thank you for staying until the end, because I did want to go over the different builder incentives we're seeing right now with David Weekley. So keep in mind, these incentives are always going to be subject to change. Sometimes they can get better, sometimes they can get worse. But right now, David Weekley is offering a lot of times either concessions towards closing costs, potentially a rate buy down, as well as sometimes concessions towards your design center options. So if you want to know exactly what those are right this minute, like I said, reach out to me by going to the descriptions video and schedule him on my calendar, or just give me a call at my phone number so I can get all that great information for you. And if you have any questions about this builder or any other builders, I can help answer those as well. All right, now I will see you guys on our next model home tour. Till next time.